truth, uplifting, positive news for a more progressive society. Tim, what are we trying to bring?
Here at The Positive Truth, we're trying to bring awareness, empowerment, inspiration, optimism, and understanding to communities everywhere.
That's what we do. We're The Positive Truth. We give you that positive news every Monday. On Fridays, talking about an issue, why it's an issue, facts about it, and how you can change it for the better. Or we have a wonderful positive interview where we talk about people doing wonderful things in the community. We switched up the format a little bit because this guy has a kid on the way. I have homework. It's a little bit easier if we do it twice a week now. So we want to focus before we get into our topic today, which is making it okay to talk about mental health in society. We want to focus on 2 positive news stories you might have missed. Before we get into that, we are sponsored by, this is when Jojo puts the magic step up here of our sponsors. Trifecta OKC, Hubbly Bubbly, it's somewhere around here. We have more sponsors on the way. We have some cool things coming with the sponsors. Tim, I want to talk about my positive news story.
Absolutely.
It's from a couple months ago. I just think it's awesome. It's about the guy from Ghana, the teacher.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know your positive news story is about teachers too.
Right.
And he knew basically the value of computer technology. So what he did was, none of his like class of like 35 kids had a computer. So he's like, I want to teach them how to use Word. And he had like a chalkboard. And he just like did all the tabs on the chalkboard and taught all the kids how to use Microsoft Word on a chalkboard. And then whenever they found out about this teacher, they got computers donated to them. And all the kids in the class knew how to use Microsoft Word.
So this man was like drawing tabs, like artwork with on a chalkboard.
Yeah, like file, all the little like indents, all that.
You know what's sad, man? A lot of kids that are listening and watching this probably they've never used a chalkboard in their life.
But see, that just shows you like
how dope this dude is.
The importance of a good teacher and why everyone needs to learn Microsoft Word or some sort of formatting. So shout out to him, awesome teacher doing great things.
I remember when you told me the story the first time, didn't you say everybody knew how to use Word? They were showing everybody how to use it even though they've never touched a computer before?
Yeah.
That's like amazing in itself. And that was my favorite part of the story for sure.
So, what's yours?
Dude, mine's actually about the teacher walkout. So hopefully it's over by now when this episode comes out.
The Oklahoma teacher walkout.
Oklahoma teacher walkout. I definitely support it 100%. But hopefully it is over by the time this comes out. But that being said, the reason why I'm talking about it is because Capitol Hill High School, which is a 6A high school, it's one of the larger high schools in Oklahoma City Public Schools district, is opening up their field house, basically, for 400 teachers that live out of town that are coming for the protests. They know hotel stays can be expensive and stuff, so they know it's not the best place to sleep, but it's better than paying $100 a night to stay at a hotel, so they decided to open it up, and you have community members bringing pillows, blankets, and making sure everybody's good. I just wanted to talk about it because that's a school district, we're products from.
Products. That was more me saying that was sarcasm. Anyway, continue, Tim.
Yeah, man, that's pretty much it right there. I just thought it was pretty awesome.
That is awesome. I want to shout out a couple of quick ones. There was the guy from IKEA that donated $23 billion to charities.
Yeah, he said billion.
Billion. And the couple from Michigan that donated $150 million to University of Michigan's cancer center. That's awesome.
It's awesome in itself. Yeah, it is.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of positive news stories going on. We always want to just kick those out there just to show you the world's a better place. Less fear, less hatred. A lot of good things going on. A lot of people, like in Tim's story, helping each other out.
Absolutely.
Before we get into our actual topic today, we want to talk about our t-shirts and our social media following. We have t-shirts. They're awesome. We haven't talked about them in a while.
It has been a while.
But basically they're $20. And what that $20 does is it goes to, all the proceeds goes to the Positive Tomorrows, suicide prevention and sexual assault prevention. It's absolutely awesome. If you don't know what the Positive Tomorrows is, we have an episode with the Susan. Absolutely wonderful episode. Positive Tomorrows does great things in our community. And if you want a free t-shirt, all you have to do is get 10 people to follow our Instagram, like our Facebook page, or follow our Twitter. Or if you leave a 5-star review and leave a comment in our iTunes, we will send you a t-shirt. You just got to email us at thepositivetruth@gmail.com. I also just wanted to say, before we get into our mental health episode, We like to talk about one thing you're grateful for. Tim, what are you grateful for today?
I am definitely grateful for every teacher I've ever had in my life. I was a bad kid growing up, and as an adult,
Tim, you weren't that bad of a kid.
I would make a lot of smart remarks. As I got older, I got a little bit more mature. But I definitely remember in third grade calling my third grade teacher Old and Crusty or something. Old and Rusty, that's what it was. Yeah, it was terrible. That being said, man, I just think I'm really thankful for them because I know maybe back then I didn't get to tell them that, but seeing everything that they're going through now and seeing how they're fighting for their students is definitely inspiring, and it definitely makes me thankful for them, for sure.
Okay, since you want to be thankful for teachers, I want to be thankful for the coaches I had whenever I was in school, because I was remarkably unathletic. I ran track, but I never got to actually run a track meet in middle school. I played basketball for 3.5 years in high school. I got in one game. So my thing was I learned from my coaches, like, not everything in your life is going to come easy, JP. We're really good. Like, every team I was ever part of was really good. But I learned discipline and how much work I would have to succeed in other aspects of my life, even though I never got in the game. So I appreciate that.
That's what's up, JP. Ooh, sabes.
This is where we put in sponsors again. Boom, 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 boom. Hopefully we have more in the future than just the same ones. Cool things come with those later. But let's get into our actual episode now.
I'm with it.
We're talking about making mental health okay to talk about. What is mental health, Tim?
A person's condition with regard to their physical and emotional well-being. Yeah, I looked that up.
This is a pretty nice definition, though. So the reason I wanted to talk about this was...
Yeah, why did you want to talk about this?
DeMar DeRozan, NBA basketball player, just came out with he said I was dealing with depression.
Wow.
Like, he got announced for the All-Star game. Like, he was starting, he was just like, eh.
That's supposed to be a big deal. I hear that.
We were literally one of the 10 most popular players in the world. Kevin Love, an NBA player, said he had a panic attack in an NBA game. The guy that did the Avengers, the movie should have already been out by now, Captain America, Chris Evans, said he was really anxious about being Captain America because he had just so much anxiety because it's a 10-movie commitment, so much public spotlight. And he went to therapy before taking the role. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
The Rock.
The Rock, yeah. He's talking about how whenever he was in college, he went through a really bad time. His mom tried to commit suicide in front of him. He got hurt, so he couldn't really play football like he wanted to. It was just I was clinically super depressed. I didn't want to get out of bed in the morning. There's so many people in America dealing with so much depression and anxiety, and we should make it okay to talk about. That way we can help these people. If you just ball it in, you're just carrying this burden on your shoulders. It's not a good thing.
I hear that, man. I like how you, everybody you named
is super successful.
Exactly, super successful. These are people that other people look up to, like myself or you. And that being said, the fact that they're going through depression, anxiety, stuff that we all go through, because that's why we were talking about it, the stuff that we all go through, you see them going through it as well. You know that they're not superhuman, or they may not be any better than you when it comes to that. 'Cause I know a lot of people are down on themselves a little bit, but I like that, man. I really like how you started that off. Let's jump into this for sure.
So there's a lot of people that are depressed. There's different types of depression, but there's just a lot of people that are feeling it. I would say on average, most depression statistics say that anywhere from 5 to 10% of people are depressed every single day.
I believe it, man. I have a study here that in 2014 there was an estimated 43.6 million adults aged 18 or older in the United States with mental illness. That's depression, anxiety, etc. That's a lot of people. You're absolutely right about us not talking about it.
Because if it's 1 out of 20 people, we never talk about this.
Right.
We talk about how bad social media is. We talk about wearing your seatbelt. We talk about drugs. We don't talk about clinical stresses of life. And so you're just dealing with this alone. And then if you're a man, it's like, oh, you want to see a therapist? How? You couldn't toughen it up? Not a good thing. It's just not helpful at all.
Absolutely, man. Let's jump into some facts, man. I see you got quite a few as well.
Yeah, I have a lot.
Yeah, I know you do, man. I know I have 11, so I'll go ahead and knock out a few. I have 20% of youth aged 13 to 18 live with a mental health condition, more than 2/3 of Americans who have mental illness live in a community and lead productive lives. That's people like me and you every single day. We go out and handle our business, but we still may be going through things. That's why you can't always judge people just because of how they're acting. They may be going through something else. That's something I tell my kids all the time. That's for sure. Mental illness can affect people of any age, race, religion, or income. It's a medical condition that disrupts a person's thinking, feeling, mood, and ability to relate to others and daily functioning.
You want to hear something more crazy?
What's
I have a lot of stats, but nearly 60% of adults with mental illness didn't receive medical health services in the previous year.
I believe it, man. It's sad, but I do believe it.
So, I mean, yeah, that's just depressed. I mean, if you believe, like you said, 43.8 million adults, that's like 1 in 5 in America, and no one's getting checked out. Do you even know where like your nearest mental health place is in Oklahoma City?
No, sir. I really don't.
I have no idea either. We should know about these things.
I mean, we were I feel like we were raised not to talk about those type of feelings. I don't want to say raised may be the wrong word, but I know growing up, we weren't allowed to. If anybody were to talk about how they felt about something, being depressed or anything like that, we were getting called a punk or something like that, which made us feel even worse on top of that. So it was better for us at the time to hold it in. And yeah, that's not a good idea either.
It's so much easier if you just have someone to talk to, or if you talk about these things, get some help. Because if you just bear that burden on your own, you're just screwed. But if you think about our society, like you go to work, you work for 40 hours or 8 hours a day, then you go home and you're just in this house by yourself. Like you're not interacting with people, you're staring at your phone, you're staring at your TV, you're just isolated. And you go on social media and you're seeing only the best of people. It just compounds. It can roll very fastly down the hill. And one thing I want to talk about is like I have friends that I would never guess are depressed. They've been like, yeah, man, I've been going through depression for the past year. And I'm just like, what?
Shock.
And then you have to tell them, like, we're here for you, right? Like, what do you want to talk about? Like, I'm here for you. And it's like, yeah, I'm good, man, I'm good. Okay. Like, even when you tell people sometimes, like, I'm here for you, you want to talk about it. Sometimes they don't even want to. It's how stigmatized mental health is.
It's tough, man. And that's the truth. I could tell you a lot of people that I ran into or met throughout my life where you find out later on they were going through something where you were there the whole entire time and had no clue. So,
yeah.
What can we do to like open up the conversation with our friends, with our family, with anybody really if you're going through something?
Well, the first thing you can do is whenever someone is talking about their feelings and someone else calls someone a punk or a bitch or anything like that, he's like, no, that's not okay. The first thing we need to do is make it in our everyday lives. It's not okay to downplay or make fun of someone's mental health. It's never okay. We also need to vote. I know we talk about that a lot. We need to vote for basically better mental health in our society.
Absolutely.
Like, hey, Oklahoma governor, you're talking about education. Can we also get some better mental health facilities?
Absolutely.
So, less people committing suicide, more people working, more productive society. Everyone benefits. We all have better mental health.
I agree, man. I agree.
Then we're all more positive to each other.
That's a win in itself. That's our goal.
Exactly.
Can't speak for everybody. I'm sure that's a win in itself, man.
So we need to put pressure on our politicians, locally, state level, and the federal level. Hey, we need better mental health institutions. But I'm personally proud of like all these NBA players, all these actors. Like you can be successful and really struggle with anxiety. I know Chris Bosh. I only watch NBA.
Yeah, you're naming all kind of NBA basketball players. Man.
So he was a really successful NBA player, and his career got stopped in the instant because he had a heart issue. So if he plays, he might probably dead. And he said, yeah, I didn't feel a part of anything anymore. I can see why athletes go broke because now all of a sudden you're not around a team, so you're just spending all kinds of money just to be places, to be around people, to feel like a group, be a part of a group, part of a community. And he still wants to play now. People are trying to talk him out of it.
I saw that.
And it's like, hey man, like we don't want you to die. And he's just like, I just want to be a part of something again. I want to play this game I love on my own terms. And I want to be a part of something. So he's going through this whole mental health issue. He's even talking about it. But the fact that he's talking about it just shows like just a good thing. It's making it okay for kids to talk about it.
Absolutely, man. I mean, when you have their heroes, the people they look up to the most, because Chris Bosh was like, everybody knew his name some years ago whenever he was playing for Toronto, then he went over to Miami, played with LeBron James. I know it's a lot of basketball, sorry guys. But at the end of the day, these people get looked up to all the time. Whenever, I know for myself growing up, like every coach I had was pretty much the person that I looked up to. That's the person I listened to and trust the most. So if you were to tell me, yeah, I go through depression and stuff sometimes, I definitely would have, it's okay to talk about. I go through it too, coach. Like stuff, it's frustrating.
You're a coach now too, man.
Yeah, and I see kids all the time that you can tell sometimes stuff's going on and maybe they don't want to talk about it. I don't really know the reason why. Eventually, sometimes they do talk about it too, but
sounds like teenagers.
Yeah, teenagers are teenagers. But for the most part, I feel like if they had somebody they could look up to, say it's okay, then they're going to do that. And we need a lot more leaders to step up and talk about mental health. That's something that definitely gets pushed under the rug. I'm glad you decided to talk about it. I was wondering why you were pushing the issue so much. Like, we're going to talk about this. This is what we're going to talk about. Did you forget? It's like, I'm sorry. I'm definitely glad you decided to talk about it. I know my wife's special ed major at the UCO. She was telling me that I think mental health is so important, because I asked her, like, is there anything you want me to say or bring up? And she said, I think it's really important. It's just people go to the doctor to make sure that their body's okay. People definitely should go to the doctor to see if their mind's okay as well. I feel like the mind is the strongest part of your body.
Is that going to be our quote?
That should be. Shout to Edna.
Yes, exactly. We need to be mentally sharp, and we have a lot of people being mentally bogged down by stresses and anxieties. We just need to help each other out and just make it okay to talk about. That's the beginning. If we start making it okay to talk about, then we can start realizing why it's happening, then we can eliminate the causes. But right now, we don't know what the causes are, because we're not talking about it, and we don't even know who's all going through it, because everyone's just like, I'm super tough. Which isn't a good thing.
You're absolutely right, man. You are absolutely right. I like this, man. You did very well.
I think we both did very well. So if you need somebody to talk to with depression, shoot us an email. Send you an email back. I got it put on the technology device, that's not sponsoring us. If you want to, though. So yes, Positive Truth is here to share positive news. And if you need any sort of friend or help, we're here for you. Yeah, I think that's all we got.
Yeah, for sure. If you guys have any other questions about mental health, I went to mentalhealth.gov and they have everything you can think of, even a phone number that you guys can call if you are feeling any type of way. So definitely check that out.
What is their tagline, Tim?
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Bars.
We'll be back on Monday with more positive news. You going to say the Edmund quote?
Yeah, man. You go to the doctor whenever you're feeling sick. So I don't even know what she said anymore now.
So you should go to the doctor, get your mental.
Yeah. If you go to the doctor to check on your body, so you should go to the doctor to check on your mind as well. Let's say that.
Cool.
2 sides.
We'll be back on Monday with more positive news. We're out.
Stay positive.